domain and range. But this is, yeah, I think about you. I think about you. All right. So we're going to just find X and Y intercepts today. That's all we're doing. So embarrassing.
Let's get it.
We will get better. We'll get harder. Okay. We'll get harder. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. So when you see a graph, obviously, things you need to recognize. The graph that I just drew has how many X-intercepts right now?
3.
How? Where are they? Where are they located?
On the y-axis.
Okay. If you are an X-intercept, what are you intercepting? There's brilliance going on, children. Okay. So you have 3 X-intercepts. Okay, right now it's where you intercept the x-axis. Your x-intercept is always written as a number, comma, 0. Okay, always. So your y value is 0. If I asked you how many y-intercepts does this one have, what would you say?
1.
Because it's intercepting the y-axis at 1 point right there. That is a y-intercept. Your y-intercept is always written as 0, comma, a number. So your x must be 0. This is important, okay? So write this down just so we know. X-intercepts, it's where it crosses the x-axis. And I also want you to just keep this in the back of your head. This is very important. In mathematics, we use a lot of the same that we use different phrases for the same thing. When you see the word roots or zeros, I also want you to think x-intercepts. Roots, zeros, x-intercepts, they're all the same. If I ask you on a question, how many roots does this have? I'm really asking you, how many x-intercepts does it have? Okay? Now, it will switch up a little bit depending on if I want a complex root or if I don't want a complex root. Then you'll see what'll happen there. Okay, but most of the time, they're all the same. X-intercepts, roots, zeros, all the same, mean the same thing. Y-intercept has no other meaning but y-intercept, just so you know, and that's where it crosses the y-axis. All right, so now let's just give you 2 ways to find your x and y-intercept. So to find an x-intercept, and we're going to do it algebraically. So you can do it graphically. It's pretty easy to see it on a graph. But let's do it algebraically because you won't always have your calculator and graph. To find an x-intercept, you set the y equal to 0. The y is 0. Set the y equal to 0. To find a y-intercept, it's amazing. Okay? Now, a lot of students always get this mixed up because they think, oh, if it's an x-intercept, set the x equals 0. No, we want an actual x number, so we need to set the y equal to 0. All right? So let's just do 2 examples, and that'll be for the day. For the day. All right, so f of x equals negative 2x cubed plus 4 all over 3. And then we will do another one, which I'll write down here. F of x equals 2x squared plus x minus 15. And we are going to find the x-intercept. And we're going to find, I'll just make a big chart here, y-intercept. Okay? And I want you to do it algebraically. I do want you to practice. Because again, part of being pre-calc is me teaching you how to merge all of them together, how to do an algebraically with graphically with equations. We got to know how to do all of them together. All right, so we'll start right here. I need this so the microphone can hear me. So if I want to find the x-intercept, I set the y equal to 0. Agreed? Okay, so I'm going to put 0 right here. I'm going to say 0 equals negative 2x cubed plus 4 over 3. And you are going to solve for x. So let's get to solving. What do? Multiply by 3. That does nothing except get you 0 equal to negative 2x cubed plus 4. Now what? Subtract 4. Then do what? Divide by negative 2 and you get 2. Then do what? How do you undo a cube? Not square root. Cube root. Okay. All right. What's the cube root of 2? The cube root of 2 is cube root of 2. That's called exact form. So your x-intercept would be written as cube root 2, comma 0. That would be your x-intercept. All right. To figure out your y-intercept, you would set the x equal to 0. So I'm going to have to put it in here. So let's see. So I would have y equals negative 2 times 0 cubed plus 4 over 3. What does that become? 4/3. So your y-intercept would be 0, comma 4/3. And just to show you, if my calculator is available, here's one, as I think it would be interesting for you to see. If we type this in, negative 2x cubed plus 4, and then divide by 3. Let's hit zoom 6. If you can see it, there it goes. So there we go. Look at where it's hitting, okay? This right here is the cube root of x. I can actually ask the calculator to find it for me. Let's find the 0. Left bound. I'll teach you how to do this in another lesson or two. 1.25, guess what the cube root of 2 is? 1.25, okay? This right here, that y-intercept is at 1.3333. Hey, guess what 4/3 is? 1.333. So without graphing, we can do it algebraically. And again, you got to know how to just do both. So we're good. We did that one correctly. Yay, let's do another one. All right, so let's find the x-intercept, set the y equal to 0. 2x squared plus x minus, what are we going to have to do? This is why I can't teach you how to factor in here. You've got to know how to factor, precious ones. This is how I do it, because that's the way Miss Davis used to do it until she did like crossbar. Multiplies to negative 30, but adds to a 1 in the middle. What two numbers multiply to negative 30, but add to a 1 in the middle?
65.
So you write this. You write x, 6, 5. Which one gets the positive? Which one gets the negative? Positive 6, negative 5. Because this has a 2, because it has a number in front, you divide both of these numbers by it. Okay? What is 6 divided by 2?
3.
So this becomes x plus 3. What do you do with that number? Come on. Bottoms up. But move to x sounds so much more distinguished. So. All right, so if I set each one of these equal to 0, what are my 2 answers for x? Negative 3, 0, that's one intercept. 5/2, 0 is another. You could have 2 intercepts. You could have 3 intercepts. Remember this, okay? So that's how you find an x-intercept. Let's find our y-intercept, which probably many of you could do very easily right now. Let's see. Y equals 2 times 0 squared plus 0 minus 15. What's your y-intercept? 0, negative 15. And again, just so you can see what that looks like, because I always think it's good for you to visually see this, 2x squared plus x minus 15. It is a parabola. And there it goes. It's going through negative 3, and it's going through 2.5 or 5/2. And then it has its intercept all the way down here at negative 15. Is this hard? No. All right, now your homework is going to consist, though, of stuff we did from also on Friday, just so you know. So 2 to 20 even, 23, 42, and 43 is your homework. And you have a whopping 20 minutes, 25 minutes to do this. This is embarrassing. I need to get a new job. Give me a new one.